The police called asking why my car was parked outside a bank that just got robbed. My car was in my garage. I was watching TV with my wife when my phone rang at 9:45 p.m. Unknown number, but something told me to answer. Mr. Thornton, this is Detective Warren with Metro PD. We need to know why your vehicle was parked outside First National Bank on Maple Street approximately 1 hour ago. I laughed. That's impossible. My car's been in my garage all day. Sir, we have your plates on camera. Silver Ford F-150, plate number matching your registration. The bank was robbed at 8:52 p.m. Your vehicle was the getaway car. My blood went cold. I walked to the garage while still on the phone, flipped on the light, and froze. My truck was there, but something was wrong. The engine was still warm. I touched the hood. Hot. Detective, I need you to come to my house right now. Someone's been using my truck. My wife appeared in the doorway. What's going on? I looked at her face and saw something I couldn't identify. Guilt? Fear? Who drove my truck tonight? The detective arrived within 20 minutes. 2 patrol cars followed. They examined my truck and found mud on the tires that wasn't there this morning, a receipt on the floor from a gas station I'd never visited, and most damning, a black ski mask stuffed under the passenger seat. I'd never seen it before in my life. Mr. Thornton, we need to know where you were between 8:30 and 9 p.m. Right here, watching the game with my wife. They turned to her. Ma'am, can you confirm that? She hesitated. That hesitation changed everything. He stepped out for about 30 minutes, said he needed to grab something from the store. I stared at her. What are you talking about? I was here the whole time. You told me you were running to get beer around 8:30. I never said that. I never left. The detective looked between us. Someone's lying. My wife wouldn't meet my eyes. That's when I noticed her hands were shaking. Not nervous shaking, the kind of shaking that comes from adrenaline wearing off. They separated us for questioning. I sat in my living room with one detective while my wife went to the kitchen with another. I could hear fragments through the wall. Her voice was higher than normal, defensive. I kept insisting I'd been home all night. They asked if anyone else had access to my keys. My son Kyle, 19, was away at college. My daughter Brittany, 22, had moved out last year. No one else had copies. Then the detective's radio crackled. They found the money. $43,000 in cash, stuffed in a bag behind a dumpster 2 blocks from the bank. They were pulling prints. 30 minutes later, the results came back. 2 sets of prints on the bag. One was in the system for a minor possession charge from 3 years ago. My daughter Brittany. The other set was fresh, recently added to the database when someone applied for a concealed carry permit. My wife. The detective walked my wife out of the kitchen in handcuffs. I couldn't process what I was seeing. Rachel, what did you do? She finally looked at me, and the woman I'd been married to for 24 years was gone. In her place was someone I didn't recognize. We needed the money. You were going to lose the business. We were going to lose everything. So you robbed the bank? Brittany knew someone. She said it would be easy. No one would get hurt. We'd split the money and no one would ever know. I felt sick. You used my truck to frame me. I was going to say you went to the store. If they came asking, you'd be the suspect, not us. By the time they figured it out, we'd have the money hidden and there'd be no proof. She'd been willing to send me to prison. The mother of my children had planned to let me take the fall for armed robbery. Brittany was arrested at her apartment an hour later. She'd masterminded the whole thing with her boyfriend, a guy she'd been dating for 3 months who I'd never even met. He had the gun. Brittany had cased the bank for weeks. My wife was the driver because she knew my schedule, knew when I'd be distracted, knew how to cover their tracks. The boyfriend had promised Brittany $100,000 to start a new life together. He was already married with 2 kids in another state. They'd gotten $43,000 before the dye pack exploded in the bag. My wife's hands had been shaking because she'd been scrubbing blue dye off them in the bathroom while I sat 10 feet away watching football. The detectives found the stained towels in the trash. She'd missed spots on her wrists that she'd covered with long sleeves. I'd been too comfortable, too trusting, too blind to notice my own wife was a criminal. Rachel got 8 years. Brittany got 12 because she'd held the gun inside the bank. The boyfriend got 15 and his other family found out about everything on the news.